Alright, I guess we'll talk about Kung Fu Panda 4. Hello everyone, Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys could, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys do enjoy it, subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all. Make sure you guys hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. As always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about Kung Fu Panda 4. I do have a review of Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3 all in a playlist. I will try to leave a link to that playlist here at the end of that video, so if you guys have missed out on those reviews, you guys can watch them then and there. Also, if you guys have any movies or shows or games you guys would like me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comments down below. This Friday, March 14th, 2024, I will be streaming over on Twitch at Douglas447 Star Wars Battlefront The Classic Collection. I've never played the original game, so it's going to be a fun time, so make sure you guys head over there. Follow me so you guys don't miss out. If you guys do miss out on the streams, I will be making a playlist, and I will be uploading gameplay video clips and whatnot here onto YouTube as well, so you guys can watch them here if you'd like. So, back to Kung Fu Panda 4. Obviously, this film came out here in 2024. It is rated PG, and it's about an hour and a half long. And it deals with Po becoming the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace, while also he has to choose his successor as who is to become the next Dragon Warrior. Now, while that plot seems very basic, the film does try to branch out and experiment with new ideas. It tries to break away from the Kung Fu Panda formula that the first three films followed to a T. Obviously, there were certain things with Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3 that did some different things. But this film, Kung Fu Panda 4, it feels weird. It doesn't feel properly connected to the original Kung Fu Panda trilogy. Kung Fu Panda 4 feels not so much, well, yeah, no, it does. It feels like an afterthought. It feels like Kung Fu Panda 4 is Kung Fu Panda 3 Part 2. And if the rumors are true that we're supposed to get a Kung Fu Panda 5, that would be Kung Fu Panda 3.3. It would be part 3. And to me, and I don't know if I said this when I was reviewing the original Kung Fu Panda trilogy, but Kung Fu Panda 3 felt like a satisfying conclusion. It really did. 3 is a good round number to cap off a story. And while I've never been the biggest Kung Fu Panda fan ever, and I've only seen the first 3 now twice from start to finish, I still feel as if though the first film was great. The second one, miles better because of a much more interesting villain. The third one was kind of cheesy and corny. This one just doesn't feel like it has a purpose for existing. Like, the premise is cool, but stretching the premise to be 90 minutes just feels weird. Also, if you want to really dive into this film, there are so many plot holes. Like, there is a plot hole that runs from the entire... It runs from the beginning of the movie to the end, basically. Where... Slight spoilers. So, this new Fox character introduced by Aquafina is working for the villain, the Chameleon. And if you're not older than... If you're older than 13 years old, you can see this gigantic shocking revelation that the Fox is working for the villain coming a mile long away. It is so obvious. It's like, I used to be a street thief, and I used to be homeless and not have anybody, and then somebody took me in, and, the film tries to make it seem like it's this armadillo, underground thief leader, and I'm just like, this armadillo hates this fox so much. It can't be that person. It's gotta be the chameleon. It's the only other character that's been introduced. Unless they throw a new character in coming out of Left Wing, just out of nowhere. Um, it's the chameleon. Oh, shocking it is. um, but the whole point of the fox going to the Valley of Peace is that the fox is supposed to retrieve the green staff thingy, the open portals, to the spirit world. If that's the case, why is it then that the fox's first scene in the movie is the fox character? And I honestly don't remember what the character's name is. That's how boring and bland I thought the character was. The fox character just it literally looks like it's funny how the character's design reminds me of the card game Here to Slay. So if you've played Here to Slay, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's literally the exact same design as that hero you can pick as. She breaks into the temple and she starts stealing magical items and whatnot. And her and Poe have a fight dance of sorts, okay? But her entire mission is to get Poe to hand her the green staff thingy to open spirit portals. How is it breaking into the temple, stealing stuff, and then running away with it supposed to do that? The only way the plot actually moves forward is because she made it so Poe saw her. It's complete convenience, complete coincidence that it's actually able to happen. The beginning major plot of the movie makes no sense. It is completely full of plot holes. And there are a lot of other plot holes in this movie as well. Now, this video is going on almost 7 minutes long, so I'm going to run through everything else. So I'm sorry. I don't want this video to be an hour-long rant. If you want to talk about more plot holes, talk to me in the comments down below. The animation style is great. The film is great for children, and if you're a fan of the franchise, you're going to enjoy this movie. However, I do feel as if though the series is basically out of new ideas. Like, if you look at the third film and the fourth film, they're basically reusing the exact same premise and plot as well, almost. The villain in the third movie wants to open a portal to the spiritual world to do something bad. Same thing with this chameleon character here. This one, this fourth Kung Fu Panda is just literally, it's a milking of the cow franchise. Like, Kung Fu Panda 4 is the same thing as Toy Story 4, where the third film and both franchises, respectively, bittersweet conclusion, but it did have a conclusion. The fourth one doesn't really need to happen. It's a cute little fun adventure after the third one, and obviously we're getting a fifth one in both franchises, respectively. But do we really? Who really wants more from either one of these franchises? Like, I'm sorry, but there's only so much Kung Fu Panda skadooshing and Forky and Woody and Buzz Lightyear stuff people can have before we're just bored. We need a new franchise. I don't want a fifth Kung Fu Panda. I don't want a fifth Toy Story 5. I'm not looking forward to either one of them. As much as I enjoy the first three films of both franchises for what they are, I don't want a fifth one. This film also, because of using the spiritual world concept in Kung Fu Panda 4 here, it reuses villains from the past three films. Now, when it comes to... let me clarify. They don't even really reuse them. They're there, but they don't do anything. Like, I wish that the villains that are brought from the afterlife into the real world, and they have their kung fu drained, I wish the villains, like, helped Poe defeat the chameleon instead of just being glorified cameos. Like, hey, remember, this is the villain from the first movie, this is the villain from the second movie, this is the villain from the third movie, here's Steve that you defeated a week ago. I'm just like, I wanted them to do something. And then bowing and being like, you're the Dragon Warrior. Oh, you're the Dragon Warrior. Oh, I'm just like, he kicked your ass and then he killed you. Why in the world are you bowing to the Dragon Warrior? He is your nemesis. Even in death, he should still be your nemesis. I'm just, oh, it makes no sense. The film deals with themes of teamwork, inner peace, and patience. Nothing new to the franchise. Like I said, very weak and predictable story. The villain is extremely boring. It's extremely one note. Think Darth Vader, but nothing interesting. Just glorified bad guy. Um, the film, I guess, is entertaining. It is entertaining. I did laugh. There were a couple moments I was laughing. There's a fart joke in here. The first fart joke in the Kung Fu Panda series. So, yay for that, I guess. The Fox character at the end, another spoiler. The Fox character at the end ends up becoming declared the next upcoming Dragon Warrior. And not only did I feel it was weird, but completely unearned. Like, they go through this selection process to try to find the next Dragon Warrior. And it's like, it's not as impactful as it was in the first movie. Now, some people I've talked to, and they're going to debate me on this in the comments, I'm sure. But the Fox, turned away from evil and has some skill. And that's why Poe decided to make the Fox declared to become the next upcoming Dragon Warrior and to train the Fox to become the Dragon Warrior. But the Fox just because it turns away from evil and joins the forces of good and helps Poe defeat the chameleon, I don't think that makes it worthy of becoming the Dragon Warrior, in my personal opinion, compared to what Poe had to do in the entire first movie. It just doesn't feel earned. Like, the title does not feel earned, and the training that's going to happen does not feel worthy and earned. And this goes into the next part. The Fantastic Five, Fabulous Five, whatever you call them, I forget. Anyway, like, how come none of them got a chance to be represented and had a chance to become the Dragon Warrior? Especially Tigress. That was her entire deal, especially in the first movie, and slightly in the second one as well. The Tigress, before Poe even showed up at the Jade Palace, Tigress was next in line, technically, because of her skill in Kung Fu, to become the Dragon Warrior. Why wasn't she even mentioned? And don't give me the bullshit. Oh, well, they explained that the five are off on missions and whatnot. Bring them back for the stupid ceremony. Let them show their skills off. Maybe Poe should consider Tigress as a candidate, but something tragic happens to her and she gets killed off. No, they are literally the Fantastic Five, Fabulous Five, whatever. They literally are just removed. They're not even in the movie. They are not in the movie. They're cardboard cutouts in film, and they're just gone on other adventures. They are not in the movie. Now, yeah, they show up in the end credits, but they don't even say one dialogue, not even one syllable. And it's like, why weren't they even considered? I mean, they were staple characters of the first three films. I understand that this movie had budget constraints. But if you're going to make a Kung Fu Panda, you should have at least the main 7 characters of your Kung Fu Panda series. No, correction, 9 now, because you need Poe, you need his 2 dads, you need Master Oogly. Is that the turtle? Anyway, the Fox character guy. Red Panda. You need the Red Panda dude, and then you need the 5. So, the major 9 characters. If you can't get all of them in there now, why make the movie? It just feels weird. I don't get it. Overall, guys, this film didn't really have any emotional depth. There's really no world building either. Like, there's no grandiose exploration of this Kung Fu Panda universe. We get the Valley of Peace. We get a house on a cliff. And we get a city. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Guys, Kung Fu Panda 4 is just a mixed bag. And I could go on and on and on and on talking about this movie. I like the Kung Fu Panda franchise as much as the next person, I hope. The first 2 are good. Third showed that it just needed to stop. This one just is like, oh my God. Just, I understand Jack Black and everyone else involved likes making these movies, but can we go back to a time where Jack Black was doing fun, original, new things like School of Rock? I mean, the next movie that he's gonna do obviously is a Super Mario Bros. 2. Like, I am just so sick to death of sequels and whatnot. It just irritates me. So, I'm going to give Kung Fu Panda 4 from 2024 a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.